I always thought love was meant to be unconditional. That when you vowed yourself to someone, it meant weathering storms together, holding on through hardships, and never letting go no matter how heavy the silence got. But that belief shattered the night she looked me in the eyes and said, "I regret marrying you." For words. For cruel, slicing words that tore through the last pieces of my heart like they were nothing but tissue paper. It wasn't like I hadn't noticed the changes. For months, maybe longer, Emma had been distant. Her phone suddenly had passwords, her late nights became routine, and her excuses began to pile higher than the laundry she no longer cared to do. But I never wanted to believe the worst. I kept telling myself it was work stress, or maybe she was just going through something she didn't want to burden me with. I was wrong. She wasn't carrying a burden, she was hiding a truth. That night, her words hung in the air between us like smoke from a fire I hadn't seen coming. She didn't cry. She didn't even flinch. She just looked at me, lips tight, eyes cold, as though she'd been waiting to say it. My throat tightened, but instead of begging, instead of asking why, I nodded slowly. "All right," I whispered. She thought that was the end of it. But she didn't know I'd already been preparing for this moment. 2 weeks earlier, a friend of mine who worked at a restaurant downtown had sent me something that changed everything. He'd spotted Emma at dinner. She wasn't alone. She was with a man. The kind of man she used to describe as her dream type when we were younger. Polished, wealthy-looking, too perfect. They weren't just having dinner. Their hands were touching. Her smile was brighter than any I'd seen in months. And when she leaned over to kiss him, my friend had snapped a picture. My chest collapsed when I saw it. I didn't confront her right away. No, I played it carefully. I started watching her late nights, her weekend girls' trips, the perfume she wore when she left the house but never for me anymore. And then the receipts, hidden in her purse, from hotels not in her work city but in his. Every piece was there, every crack widening until the truth was undeniable. My wife wasn't just regretting our marriage, she was rewriting it with someone else. So when she finally told me she regretted marrying me, I didn't explode, I didn't cry, I didn't beg. I simply stood, walked to the drawer in my desk where I'd been keeping the envelope, and pulled it out. Her eyes narrowed as I laid it on the table between us. "What's this?" she asked, irritation dripping from her voice. "Papers," I said quietly. "The kind you never expected." She frowned, unfolding the envelope with trembling fingers. Her face drained of color when she saw them. Not just divorce papers, though they were there, signed and ready, but attached, every receipt, every photograph, every message I had managed to uncover. Evidence. Proof of her lies, her betrayal, her carefully constructed web of deceit. Her lips parted, but no words came. I leaned back, watching her tremble as her carefully guarded world unraveled. "You see, Emma," I said softly, "I knew long before you had the courage to say it. You regretted marrying me, but not because of who I am, because you'd already chosen someone else." She finally found her voice, sharp and defensive. "You were never enough for me, Daniel. You buried yourself in work, in routine, and you stopped seeing me. He made me feel alive again." I felt something inside me snap, but I didn't raise my voice. I didn't give her the satisfaction of my rage. Instead, I slid the final piece of paper across the table, a letter from my lawyer. "You won't get the house," I told her evenly. "Or the savings. I made sure of that. You'll walk away with exactly what you came in with, nothing but lies."